This is Summerslam. As we know it, the ballad of Big Belt Bobby continues. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of our Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode series. I'm D. This is NearFallGaming. Let's go ahead, get right into it. I hope you enjoyed that little video montage of SummerSlam. Just a quick little highlight package. We're going to do things a little differently today. In this video, we're going to shake up how we normally start off the video. So, if you stick around to see it through, leave a comment down below letting me know if you prefer to do this kind of way without doing the recap from last week. We're going to cut that out of this episode, see how it goes, see if it flows a little bit better, see just what comes out of it. So, that does not mean we're not going to do the preview, however. We've got to do the preview. Preview's going to start right now. Match number 1 for tonight's episode of Smackdown is not a match at all. It says Fatal 4-Way. It's not a Fatal 4-Way. It's a promo segment between King Booker, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Mr. Kennedy, and I'm sure you can figure what it's going to be about. It's going to be about It's going to be about the World Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be about who deserves to be the next number 1 contender. So, this promo segment starts off by Mr. Kennedy. He is the leader of the pack as far as this promo goes. Nobody's in the ring. Mr. Kennedy's music hits. He comes down to the ring. He talks about how Rey Mysterio delivered the fluke of the century at SummerSlam, and it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot as far as who deserves to be the next contender, because clearly the people have seen Mr. Kennedy dominating the competition for the last 5 to 6 months or so. So, after Mr. Kennedy is talking that shit, of course, Rey Mysterio's music hits, and Rey Mysterio ever so kindly reminds Mr. Kennedy of that victory that Rey Mysterio scored just 6 days, or what was it? Yeah, 6 days prior, I believe. And so, or 5 days prior, excuse me. So, Rey Mysterio's getting under Mr. Kennedy's skin a little bit. Edge comes out. Edge's music hits next. Edge, he is taped up. He is looking battered. He is looking worse for wear after that TLC match that he had with Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. Edge, he begins to talk about how Rey Mysterio and Mr. Kennedy better just back up and pack up while they're ahead right now, because there is no one who deserves it more than Adam Edge Copeland. There's no one who's put their body on the line through more, no one who has gone through more hell than anyone but he. So he should have the championship match, the championship opportunity. He goes on quite the tangent. You can see Edge is very emotional about losing the World Heavyweight title, very emotional about not regaining it back at SummerSlam, and you can just tell that this is just a different, this is a different Edge than we are used to seeing. But that does not stop King Booker from coming out with his goons, William Regal and Finlay, and basically just declaring that because of yet another victory under his belt, another conquest in his long list of milestones, that kind of thing, another title defense of his United States Championship. It is time that he is given his chance at the World Heavyweight title so he can become the next dual champion of the series. With all, the four of these guys end up getting in an argument, they start going back and forth. Mr. Kennedy's very loud. Rey Mysterio, starts speaking other languages. Edge just starts shouting about, how he is disrespected and how everyone does him wrong. And King Booker is just, spouting off an accent despite him being from Houston. Now, after all this commotion and, all this bickering, the general manager comes out. He says, listen, fellas, I'm going to need all of you to just shut the hell up right now. Because the reason for that, because we've already got a World Heavyweight Championship match scheduled for tonight. We already know who Bobby Lashley's next opponent is going to be, and that's going to be the man that King Booker screwed out of the United States Championship, Kane. Kane was a very angry man. I'm not going to tell that man no. And I told him, look, man, King Booker, he defended his title against you. He did what I need to do in that contract, and I am losing the leverage of what I can get that grimy little fucker to do. So I'll tell you what, I'll give you a World Heavyweight title match, and that was able to appease Kane, and so that's what we're sticking with. Kane is next in line, and the general manager is very adamant about that. So that is much to the disgust of the four gentlemen in the ring at the moment. But the general manager says, don't worry, regardless of who wins tonight, whether it's Kane or Bobby Lashley, whoever the next world champion is, will face the winner of a Fatal 4 match between you folks next week as our main event on Smackdown. And, Edge doesn't like the idea of having to win and prove himself once more. Mr. Kennedy, not a huge fan of it. Rey Mysterio is kind of more just grateful to have the opportunity, and King Booker is just a cocky motherfucker because King Booker has not lost in quite a while. Granted, he was technically on the losing side of a handicap match, a 3-on-1 handicap match, and he lost. He was on the losing side, mind you, the side with 3 against Kane. But, other than that, King Booker's been white hot, so he's fairly confident. So that was a very, very, very long way of explaining our first promo. I hope you're still with us, but we're going to move on to the next match. Match number 2, just some Cruiserweight exhibition action, baby. Gregory Helms, Chavito Guerrero. Not a whole lot to say about that one. Match number 2 is going, match number 2, is going to be a tag team title match. William Regal and Finlay taking on Matt and Jeff Hardy. William Regal and Finlay, they're very bright-eyed and starry-eyed about this tag team match. They have been loyal servants and loyal subjects to King Booker. Now this is their chance to kind of get some notoriety and some fame for themselves. These are noblemen, of course, that we are dealing with, so they are of the higher working class. And we will see if they can defeat the Hardys to unseat the champions and crown new tag team champions. The next match, this match stems from a backstage interaction earlier on in the night. We see Marcus Corvon walking around backstage hallway. We also see him walking into a conversation of Kenny Dykstra and Elijah Burke. Kenny Dykstra's talking shit on Corvon to Elijah Burke. Elijah Burke is, with it. And Marcus Corvon catches wind of this. He's kind of taken back by his former friend, his former best friend, if you will, to even go to a point talking that shit with a little snake, a cocky little bastard like Kenny Dykstra. So Corvon is just like, listen, Dykstra, if you want to fucking talk that shit, why don't you just back it up? Let's have a match tonight. and I'll see you in the ring. And that's where this match comes from. Corvan versus Kenny, just kind of that exhibition. We see nothing. We just see Marcus Corvan versus Kenny Dykstra, just a one-on-one matchup. Now, in our main event, we've got Kane versus Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is going to be a slobber knocker, folks. Just a one-on-one matchup, just a normal one-on-one matchup, but we're throwing a title match into the mix because we need some random world title matches to keep up with our counterparts Raw and ECW, because those boys be vicious with their ratings. So that is the show. We're going to get right into it. We're going to confirm everything. We're just locking in. Too late to turn back now. And you're seeing what I'm seeing at this point. We are going to simulate this segment because, it's not an actual match. It doesn't really matter who is going to get the victory at this because, like I said, it's not a match. Kennedy gets the little popularity rub because I've been talking that shit about how King Booker hasn't lost. He gets the pin here, and that's how it goes. And you see that I made it a TLC match, again, just for popularity and ratings and everything. We don't have injuries on, so it doesn't matter. Moving on to our exhibition action. Gregory Helms, Chavito. We're going to simulate this one again. And we get the kayfabe outcome that we wanted. Chavito defeats Gregory Helms in a one-on-one contest. Not a whole lot there, but Chavito, maybe Sabu is seen, watching the screen from the back in the backstage area because Sabu is the Cruiserweight champion. Match number 3, you see that this is not for the Tag Team Championships in kayfabe. It is for the Tag Team Championships. However, in the gameplay, Finlay, I believe, is too low, and so he is not in the top 15, so therefore they don't qualify for the Tag Team Championships. So we're just going to simulate this guy. This is the outcome that would have happened anyway. The Hardy Boys defend their championships successfully against William Regal and Finlay. Now, what is interesting about this match, Finlay and Regal, they don't get in an argument after this match. They're good. They're rock solid. No big deal. However, King Booker, when he does not accompany them to their tag team matches, mind you this, he's by himself, stowed up in the royal locker room, His Majesty's locker room, whatever it is. And when Regal and Finlay return, King Booker is just wailing into them. And King Booker is just like, you stupid idiots, why are you even wasting your time with a tag team championship run? Or, you're obviously not going to make it. You guys are not meant to be tag team champions. You are meant to serve the king and allow me to become world champion. That is our focus. So you guys need to cut the shit, quit fucking around, and I need you to get focused. And I need you to focus on me winning the world title and me getting the victory next week and the following victory against Bobby Lashley whenever that ends up happening. Finlay just kind of takes these, yes, sir, I'm sorry, sir, we'll do better, blah, 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 blah. Regal ain't taking none of that shit, brother. Hell no. William Regal, he's like, you've got to be bloody kidding me. For the bad, excuse the bad imitation, but I can't think of in my mind, it doesn't make sense for him to have a non-English accent. But William Regal's like, fuck that, fuck you, you don't even have a real accent. I know you're from Houston, you lying son of a bitch, so I don't care what that crown says. You're not a real king. I am not going to serve you. I've done some serious shit in my day, and this probably smells the worst out of all of it. This probably stinks the most out of all the shit that I've done in my past. And I'm not even regretful of my past. However, this shit disgusts even me, William Regal. And so ultimately William Regal just smacks the shit out of King Booker, and King Booker, he smacks him down into the seat of, maybe it's really just the bench in the locker room, but he goes from standing to not standing. Basically, he's not laying on the ground, but his ass is on some kind of ledge. Whether it's a bench, I don't give a fuck what it is. But William Regal just kind of walks out, and King Booker is just like, I cannot believe what, like, you know, King Booker's just got his bulging eye look, like, you know, his look of saying, like, tell me you did not just say that. However, he's speechless, so he doesn't actually say those words, and that is how William Regal dissolves from King's Court. William Regal says, fuck a you to King Booker, and that's what happens from this tag team match, because King Booker, he didn't listen to the people that were beneath him. He didn't care about the people beneath him. He didn't care about what they wanted. William Regal wanted to be a tag team champion. That's all he wanted. He still wanted to serve Booker, but he just wanted to be a tag team champion. But Book had to, you know, fuck that up. So, moving on. Match number, I think technically 3, but match number 4. Marcus Corvan, Kenny Dykstra. We're going to simulate this, of course. And Kenny Dykstra picks up the win in kayfabe by interference by Elijah Burke. You can see Elijah Burke here in the manager role. He doesn't actually walk out to him, but he definitely comes up, and, you know, it kind of makes it seem like Elijah Burke is actually going to help Marcus Corvan. You know, he stands on his side for a second. He's talking to Corvan. You know, he's actually cheering on Marcus Corvan. However, when it comes down to it, he's being a sneaky little fuck. He's putting Kenny's foot on the ropes, and the crowd can see that Elijah Burke is being a snake, but Corvan can't necessarily see that Elijah Burke's being a snake. And ultimately, Elijah Burke, like, trips him up or something, or, you know, maybe just, like, hits him with a good, like, punch because of his amateur boxing background. You know, just kind of shit like that. And ultimately gives Kenny just enough window to take advantage to pick up a victory over Marcus Corvan, and rather quite the upset, really, at that as well. So big ol' asterisk on that W there for Kenny Dykstra, and boy, he's probably going to be in the top 5 for Smackdown again. Moving on, our main event of the evening. It's a World Heavyweight Championship match. It says that it is a First Blood match. In kayfabe, it's not a First Blood match. It's just a normal match. However, First Blood match, it's going to give us a little bit of a rub in the ratings, and we're also going to... Excuse me. And we're also going to be able to get through it fairly quickly as well, I believe. And you know why? It's because we can just smack the man in his fucking face 8 or 9 times, and Buddy busts wide open. Plus, another little cherry on top. If this was just an exhibition match, we wouldn't be able to see Bobby Lashley's, you know, Big Belt Bobby's beautiful entrance. Big man. Big man. I like it. World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley. Looking good. Successful defense at SummerSlam in a TLC match against Edge, of all scenarios. Bobby Lashley went against the odds and got himself the victory. All right, boy, let's go. Big STO. Gotta start off every match with a big STO if you're Bobby Lashley. Oh, okay. What are we doing? Let's try this again. We're gonna grab a chair, and we're gonna hit him, and we're gonna... Okay, hold, what? There we go, and we're gonna hit him in the face. Right in the face. Damn. Damn. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh, Kane. My brother, what are you doing? What are you doing? Kane's gonna make this a little bit more difficult than we wanted it to be, but ultimately we'll overcome these difficulties, and we shall prosper. And there we go. Hit him in the face. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Turn around. Turn around. Okay, no, he didn't like that. Oh, whew. Oh, he almost got me. He almost. There we go. I'm gonna hit him with the Dominator. Just for fun. Just for fun, we gonna hit him with the Dominator. It doesn't even do head damage. It doesn't even do head damage. But that doesn't matter. Boom. Huge. Let's go. Big chair attacks. Oh gosh, I forgot I'm supposed to hit him in the head. I'm not just supposed to get momentum. Oh gosh. That's so stupid. What? How is... Okay, whatever. It ain't gonna work with me, Kane. It ain't gonna work with me, Kane. Boom! Golly, these freaking... What is your other fighting style, Mr. Lashley? What in the world? Are you a showman? Don't even pretend that you're a showman. Bobby Lashley's probably like the furthest thing from a showman in 2007. Okay, can I get a chair from here? Yes, please. Yeah, baby. Come here, Kane. Come here, Kane. What? Ah, shit. Okay, let's try again. Come here, Kane. Come here. Yeah. First blood. Still world heavyweight champion. Let's go. And Bobby Lashley, he's got like 2. If I remember, he already competed in a first blood match a while back ago. I think I want to say against King Booker. But here we are. Mr. Bobby Lashley picking up the dubskis as the world champion, defending his world championship. And that was it for our Smackdown. That's a quick thing. We're gonna try to make the episodes a little bit smaller per week. It'll just make things easier. It'll make your watching experience a little bit smoother, I think, and ultimately, it'll just provide a better experience for the viewer. Not asking you to even try to watch a 40-minute episode. So we're going to get right into our shenanigans. We're gonna simulate to Monday. First, we'll check out what the previous shows did. Okay, vacant match, nice. Okay, a Fatal 4 TLC match. I didn't even know that they did that, but we also did that, so I'm sure ours will be better than a 1.5 stars. Okay, one-on-one, Ashley Michelle, 2 stars. That's my Chavo Gregory Helms match, probably. Okay, tag team, Cena Roddy Piper versus Umaga and CM Punk. Interesting. Cena and Piper probably bring in some serious bucks as a tag team. 3 stars there. And then another 3 stars. Mixed tag team, Tornado tag, Melina and Batista against Undertaker and Candice. Batista and Melina have been tagging up quite a bit in this series, I feel like. I wonder if there's actually some kind of like stable that they are using. Okay, 2 blank matches from ECW. Still have a 3-star rating. Don't see how that happened. Carlito commits domestic abuse against Kelly Kelly in a 3-star matchup. Tag team, okay, HBK, Tori, Shad, and Randy, and then a fatal 4-way ladder match. Fuck me. Rick Rude, Ric Flair, Mark Henry, Triple H, Rick Rude picking up the dub. Okay, 3 stars. Let's see what SmackDown did. 3.5 stars. Okay, match number 1, TLC, 4 stars. Gregory Helms Chavo, 3 stars. Tag team, 3.5 stars. Just exhibition, 3.5 stars. And then a 4-star World Heavyweight Championship match. 3.5 stars. We're not gonna get the fans. We should get the fans. We're not gonna get the fans, but alright, we're gonna go ahead and let that expire. But we should get the fans, but we're not going to. Match of the week. We got match of the week, and ECW with 2 blank matches on their match card and a 0.5 star worse rating on their show gets more fans than me. This is the thing, man. It's just something that I don't understand. This game, what does the game want me to do? You know, I put some stipulations in there. I did some title matches. It's not realistic to do that every week, but I am just plummeting. 2.6. Okay, I mean, we're less than 700,000 away from the fans. Yeah, I don't know how this shit works, brother, but it works, and it works against me. We're 600,000 and 550,000 behind our counterparts. Do I just need to do more slander promotions or what? They can't even fill out a Power 10 on ECW. Are you kidding me? Boy, does that that Intercontinental Championship look good though. I'll tell you that much. Undertaker, WWE Champion, John Cena and CM Punk, Team Cheese. From me having to do the Hall of Fame mode. Okay, that was my tag team in that. That makes plenty of sense. JTG as the Intercontinental Champion. Okay. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. Alright, we'll check out our roster. I know we got some contracts to do. Hopefully we got the money for it. We got plenty of money, brother. Okay, so we're gonna... Three weeks, 4 weeks, okay. Mr. Kennedy's gonna cost me a pretty little penny. Okay, we'll sign MVP. We're gonna sign all of them, obviously. We didn't work this hard to get a roster of a full 20 just to not utilize it. Ooh, that'll leave me with 30K, though. That's not exactly my favorite. Okay, so we'll just sign him for the 5 week for now. And then... Okay, we'll just extend Kennedy so we don't have to worry about him for another while. Alrighty, so then we'll have Finley on his own in 3 weeks, and then we'll have 4 guys in 4 weeks, and then we'll have 5 guys in 5 weeks. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay. That's got us squared away there. Rivalries. How the fuck did the Corvon Elijah Burke one end? That's what I'm confused about. Rey Mysterio and Kennedy. Alright, we're going to worry about rivalries later. But we're going to get right into our shenanigans. We're gonna stress the fuck out of it. We're gonna stress Snitsky out. 3,000 though, that is just an insignificant amount of money. Well, we're gonna send our boy Ray on a trophy date. We know Ray's really just taking his wife out on those, but it's such a good bump for the popularity. Let's try one of these, the movies. Jeff Hardy in a movie, that should be fun, right? That image. That might be the thumbnail right there, honestly. That's pretty good. Okay, moving on. Thursday. This is going to be the last day of our shenanigans. Let's make it a good one. We'll send Chris Masters on the date. So that's always safe, right? All right, guys. That's it. We're gonna stick with the cliffhanger and, until we get some more feedback about it. If people want me to leave the previews and stuff out, but we're not gonna set up the next week's match card. Oh, look at that, Big Show's. My roster's already full. Can't assign nobody. But I'm all over the place. Let's get a Power 15 over. There we go. Power 15. Looking good. It was really Power 10, but whatever. That's besides the point. So, if you made it all the way to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like. Most importantly, leaving some feedback down below. Tell me what you thought. Did you like the lack of the recap? Do you want me to do the recap? Do you like the lack of the next week's card being built? You want me to build that on camera? You know, we're changing it up just a little bit. So, if you're still here, let me know down below. And stay tuned for the next episode.